Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Marine Corps Movie Minute, where we're breaking down movies of the Marine Corps 1 minute at a time. I'm Jack.
I'm Brian.
And today we are doing minute 115. The minute begins with Forgetti, Lance Corporal Forgetti, making a plea. No.
113.
The fuck? What? Hold on a second. Did I fuck it up?
You said 115? Usually you're only one off.
Motherfucker. All right. All right, everybody. Welcome back to the Marine Corps Movie Minute, where we're doing minute number 115, because I can't fucking count.
Wait, subtract 2.
Oh, God damn it, 13.
You did it again.
Numbers not good.
Look, you have 115 crayons. You eat 2. How many do you have left?
115.
Yeah, when you poop them out.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
I mean, if you want to do 115, you really seem adamant about it.
Yeah. I'm sorry, everybody. 113. Jesus Christ. Oh, anyway.
It's all right. It's all right. You're upset about what happened to Profile.
I know, man. I'm all broken up over that. I can't wait to find out what happens to him. Anyway, Lance Corporal Forgetti. No. Lance Corporal Forgetti makes a passion plea, and Corporal Jones gets voluntold.
Yes, he does.
So, other than fuck you, Billy, how you been?
I'm great now.
This is payback for all those arguments you lost.
Yeah, right. For all those times you made fun of me for jacking on my intros.
At the end of it, you're gonna get me. You know what though? That is quite the dichotomy. You hammer the end of it, and I fuck up the first 60 seconds pretty consistently.
Yeah, those intros. We've had more than one
fuck up. Yeah,
I'm looking at you, real shit.
You know how many times I don't even name the number, the minute.
Yeah,
I'm sure you do.
I thought that. Sometimes I let it go, and sometimes I'm like, it's a minute 113.
Yeah.
It's fine. We roll, man. We just roll.
Yeah. Well, anybody had figured out by now, I'm not a mathematician.
Well, we're getting towards the end too. We're starting to get punchy here.
A little bit, man.
Hey, look! It's the fog of war. We're in the midst of watching these guys in combat. We're in the midst of doing this podcast. As we discussed last time, Operation Urgent Fury had all sorts of miscommunication. All you're doing is demonstrating that. I'm on minute 113. You're on minute 115. We can't get together like that, So I'm going to say it wasn't a mistake. You were just doing a bit.
Yeah, it's all planned. It's all for the entertainment of our fine listeners.
I think it's actually a great way to educate our listeners on what went on in Operation Urgent Fury and the invasion of Grenada and how things couldn't, get on the same page. That's great. We're doing like virtual learning for our listeners right now.
Yeah, them lazy bitches. They need to do their own virtual learning. And apparently, I need to go back to a 1+1 class.
Well, right. You do math. I'm sitting here doing social studies over here.
I'm not even doing math, man. I didn't even read off the fucking number right.
I don't know, man. Maybe you just want to skip ahead. You're like, man, this 115 is going to be a great minute.
It's going to be one of those like 60-second ones where like there's really nothing going on. It's just them like in silence.
Right. So, speaking of silence, Profile's still not moving. Too soon.
No. Yeah, it's only been a couple days. Yeah. No, man. He's he's still he's taking him a little nap.
Yeah. Don't let him die, Gunny. That's not up to me.
Yeah, that was yeah. The more I think that was probably Forgetti next to the window with him.
Yeah, I think so. And of course he's the one that's showing, I mean, they're all showing concern, but he's the one that says, don't let him die, Gunny.
Yeah.
That's not up to me. And then really, I mean, there's really, they got to get back at it. Gunny kind of just gives him that little reassurance. It's not even a reassurance, it's a reality. I have no control over this. The implication is he's dead. There's nothing they can do about it. He's already dead because there's not like they're doing CPR. They're not trying to treat any wounds. There's
no triage going on.
Right. Gunny says, "Come on, stay down, everybody. Let's go." So he's basically getting everybody in action. Stay low. Basically everybody's getting on the perimeter. He does a buddy check basically. How you doing?
Yep.
We get I'm okay, better than profile. He gets the Swede. I can still fight. He definitely took a hit, Swede.
Yeah.
He looks injured.
Yeah, he's all laid up in the corner.
Yeah, because they go from Aponte to Quiones to Swede. Well, hey, no, notice Quiones is closest to Swede again, and but then they go to Collins, and he says, "We gonna make it out of here, Gunny?" And he says, "Why? You got to date Collins? Hey, you never know." I mean, and that's such a Marine thing.
Yeah. Gallows humor.
Exactly. I would say, I mean, it's easy to just classify that as a Marine thing. I mean, plenty of people are like this that aren't Marines, and I'm sure other service members are like this too. But I feel like this is definitely something that the Marines definitely do for
Exemplify.
sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
exemplify. Yeah, like because it's yeah, you're laughing in the face of something very
Scary.
scary. Yeah,
Yeah.
and you make jokes, you put yourself at ease, you kind of you're not invincible, even if you feel that way. It's you just you joke and roll with it.
Mhm.
I was never in combat. I was not in this situation, so I can't say. But I just the only thing I can relate it to is like in boot camp when we'd wake up in the morning and something went wrong at night based
That's
on the way.
usually how you get woke up is when you find out something went wrong.
Right. Fire watch fucked up. Somebody
Yeah.
violated, getting out of their rack at the wrong time. Something.
Yeah.
And you can always tell based on either how they wake you up or the attitude of the DI right away. And inevitably for us, I mean, this happened all the time. We wouldn't even barely be dressed, and we'd be out in the pit first thing.
Yeah.
Blouse is half on. Nothing strapped up and booted. Like whatever. And
Shower shoes and whitey tighties.
oh yeah, I mean, yeah, seriously, like half dressed out there in the pit, 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, rolling around in the sand. And as we're going down, we're like, "Oh, we're fucked now." We'd be laughing. "Oh, we're in for it now." Like, 'cause you're like, "Get out there, get out there." And we're like, "Uh-oh, somebody messed up." And the jokes and the humor that was going on as we were knowing we were about to get thrashed. And of course, it wasn't fun while we were getting thrashed. And then, of
No.
course, after the fact, when you had a chance to joke about it, we're like, "What the hell was that this morning?"
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, it's the only thing I can really relate it to is like a punishment's coming, but you have to just kind of laugh at it.
Yeah, there was this magical moment somewhere in training when I was in boot camp where because you train in so much physically, you end up realizing like, hey man, I'm in pretty fucking good shape. And we were getting dug one day in the middle of the afternoon, and we were all laughing, and it pissed the DIs off so much because we were just giggling, and oh,
Yeah.
there is such a thing as too many push-ups.
Oh yeah, yeah. I see. I mean, I'll tell this story because so in boot camp, and if anybody isn't aware, there's about 4 drill instructors. You got your senior drill instructor, and he's kind of
Mhm.
like dad. He kind of like he's a hard ass, but he's the one that cares. Blah blah blah,
Yep.
and he's basically in charge. But then you got like a heavy who kind of gets everything done. He's the one that
Yeah.
actually makes things
Yeah,
happen.
he's Lord Vader. He's the
Yeah,
one that fucking makes your life miserable.
yeah, but he's the one that really is gonna get things done. But I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but the other drill instructors cannot take you to the pit unless a
Somebody didn't get the fucking memo.
they're not allowed to without a senior drill instructor there because we had a few times where our senior was unavailable and they would go find one of the other seniors and they would be the ones thrashing you, but the senior would be right there.
Oh.
I'm talking as a whole platoon. When you're calling up on the quarter deck or you're being singled out, that's a totally different story. They, the book ass, new guy is gonna get thrash you as long as he wants. I had one guy that used to just because I was on the end when maybe first month. I was on the end right by the door, and the new guy would just stand there and he'd look around, and all of a sudden he'd just be like, push. I'm like, the senior would be in the middle of like instructing something. I'm not back there pushing just because I was there and he was bored.
Boy, he wants to do.
Yeah, it's a lot,
Yeah. Yeah, the trainees, man, they were probably the most psychotic. They were like the baby rattlesnakes. Like, get them, you're gonna get too much venom.
One time though, one time, our heavy never was the one that actually thrashed us. It was always the junior guys or the senior. The heavy just, I mean, he was intense. He'd get in your face, but he never like put us on the quarter deck himself. You know what I
Huh.
mean? And one time we were doing mess and maintenance, and somebody fucked up on my little line. Like,
Oh,
there was like 5 of us doing the one side of the chow hall,
yeah.
and he pulled us out in the middle of the day in the tall grass, and it was brutal, hot, and it was just fucking anyways, I've never been thrashed like that in my life. Like, it was anything after that wasn't that bad because I was like, "Oh my god, this guy's gonna kill us out here. I think he's literally gonna murder us just by having us die of exhaustion."
Yeah.
And he just wouldn't stop, and I'm like, "Well, because honestly, they especially nowadays, I think, but even back then, I think they didn't let it on, but they only had certain exercises they could do, you know what I mean? Like, that were, like, approved, and it seemed like it was random, but I think they was like, "Well, now you're doing side stirrup laps, now you're doing push-ups, now you're doing mountain climbers, now you're doing planks, now you're doing," like, you're
Yeah.
doing all this crap,
Yep.
but it was like every 30 seconds to a minute, you'd have to switch and do something else. You could kinda tell, and I think
Yeah.
I learned that after the fact or something. And I think that's partly why, like, the senior had to be there for the pit, so you're not out there too long or whatever. But
Yeah.
anyways, long
For
story
the
short,
recruit.
by rambling, this guy, I'm like, any minute now we gotta be stopping, right? This is
Nope.
enough. Dude, it just kept going. It got so bad because, like you said, we were in mess and maintenance. There was this female Marine corporal who was in charge of our little section, and she came out and was like watching for a little bit, and I think she felt bad for us. She's like, "Hey, sergeant or drill instructor, whatever. I really need them inside to do that." So he's like, "You guys are fucking lucky she came to bail your ass out." And we were like kissing her ass, like, "Oh, thank you, thank you." She's kind of nod her head, "Yeah, yeah, let's get back to work." I think she felt bad for us. And look at her face. She was just like, "Oh my
Oh,
god, he's gonna kill these these 5 guys." So yeah, it's
you were
something
doing
else.
you were doing mess? You had mess?
Yeah, we had mess and maintenance actually out in the rifle
Oh.
range.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, you were at the range. I just imagine getting Doug doing doing the mess work, working in the kitchen, and just sweating in everybody's food. I
Dude,
can't.
no, it was brutal. It was real. I mean, that's did I mention when I got that real bad blister and I couldn't put my boot on? They were like, "What the fuck do you want me to do about it?" That was from mess and maintenance, from
Oh
running
wow.
back and forth, loading food up all at the chow hall.
Oh
It was
damn.
so bad.
I was I did maintenance for like 2 days, and then I got drawn in to be the artist recruit.
So you're like one of those guys that get drafted for World War II, but then you're like, "You're gonna do propaganda cartoons."
Yeah, that's basically what I was doing, man. I was in the thing painting those banners that you had when you graduated.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah,
know if you guys too, but yeah, that's what I ended up doing.
yeah. We
I
did
got
that. Yeah.
yeah, that's what that was my gig. So I had to sit. I got to play with my crayons all day.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. We got a little artist over here.
Yeah, exactly.
That's funny. No, no, no. In fact, our DIs were so mad because, everything was based on a competition, and the better you do, like, you get to pick which, like, mess and maintenance you get to do. And we came in, like, I think we were like when we did like combat hitting skills and all that, we won all that stuff. So we had the most points for that. But then when it came to the rifle range, we were like the worst platoon, so or something like that, I think. And maybe even the knowledge, I think, because I remember them saying, "Oh, if you're going to be stupid, you're at least going to be strong,"
Yeah.
because we tanked on the knowledge stuff too. So
Damn it.
we ended up having like we got stuck staying out at the rifle range and I think the DIs were pissed. They did not want to be out there for an extra week doing mess
Oh
and
man.
maintenance. So they were pissed at us. And I'm sure that had something to do with the extra thrashing.
Yeah, it benefits everybody for us to do well.
Yeah. So, well, let's get back to this. Speaking of thrashing, basically, instead of a thrashing, and Gunny actually goes over and tries to reassure Lieutenant Ring. He said, "Gunny, I got Profile killed. It's his time, and when it's your time is up."
Yeah, yeah.
He goes, "I could have
Cannot
gotten
run a
them all
bullet.
killed." Yeah, he's like, "I could have gotten them all killed, but you didn't." He's like, "Just don't make the same mistake twice." And
Yep.
and that's where, as we talked about before, it's a matter of not he's not inept, he's inexperienced.
Yeah.
And this is experience, and learn from it. And Gunny's kind of there to be like, "Look, obviously
So
it's
Don't do
sucks.
this again. This is what happens when you do that. This is why you don't do that.
Right. So now don't make the mistake. If he keeps making the same mistake, he's inept.
Yeah.
This is inexperience, and now he'll learn from it.
You, you know, it's funny too that like Forgetty's making this plea to Gunny, like, don't let him die. Like they went from trying to get him kicked out and removed to like now he's got these godlike powers where he can just decide life and death.
Oh yeah, no, they are totally on board with Gunny
Yeah,
at this
yeah.
point.
He's like, guy's got all the answers. Don't let him die.
I mean, he is their guy. I mean, he's gone to bat for them multiple times. They've learned about his exploits at Heartbreak Ridge.
Yep.
They've seen him take out, not take out, but take out major powers in the pit. Just
Power
everything.
struggle.
Yeah, they've seen him. They've seen him be effective in combat already, just for in front of them. So, yeah, they are definitely
Team Highway.
Yeah, exactly. Team Highway is the best way to put it. He's their guy. They are going to follow him into the gates of hell type thing.
Oh, is it 11 o'clock there or noon?
It's noon. Yeah, damn thing going off.
I'm listening. I'm like, I don't have a clock here.
Oh, I had to do this this recording for Luke actually that we had on, and I was like, I've been putting it off, so I'm like, I'm gonna do it and get it done, and I'm in the middle of doing this damn recording and do. Yep, take two. I had to stop doing it again. Like that's my joke when I don't know if because I'm not gonna send them the second bit, but the first bit, I mean, but when I did, I'm like, this is take two, Luke.
Well, I don't know, man. His deal was the old time travel stuff, right?
Yeah. So for all you know, I went back and fixed it.
I don't know, clock and time travel,
Yeah. Now I wonder if Gunny could have used his time travel powers to go back and fix Profile, or is it like the end game thing, and then you can't time travel doesn't work that way. You can't change the past. Your past becomes your new future. And you can't go fix your new future. Yeah, it's too confusing. My head just exploded.
Yeah.
I love Endgame.
Yeah.
Gunny gets Ring. Well, he asks Ring. I think basically he gets him thinking. Ring's using his brain basically. Ring is a problem solver actually with his with his brain. He's got the intel, the knowledge.
Yep.
And right away he's like, after he says don't make the same mistake twice, he said, right, I see what you're saying. And he's like, and now this is when he snapped to being the problem solver, smart guy that we think him to be. And he's like, I think I figured out a way to call in an airstrike if we can find out where this line is cut. And he holds up a rotary phone.
Yeah.
And those of you fellow listeners who are not of this my generation, a rotary phone is it basically is he had a landline, and it's the old put your finger in and you
spin it.
Yeah, you spin it exactly. Thank you. Like the old like the old toys the kids used to have.
With a speak and spell.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking
How goes moo.
phone. You pick up and Elmo's on the other line.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so the line's cut. It's got a physical wire and it's dead. So if he's like, we can figure out where the line's cut and they can fix it. So Jones,
Yeah.
of course, he can hotwire. Of course, he can fix phone lines.
I got a question. Like,
Yeah.
Ring lifts up the wire, and he's like, "Yeah, if we could find out where this wire's cut, why are you going to look all over the place to find out where that wire's cut when you can clearly see that it's cut right there?"
No. He's holding it. He's holding it. Like,
right, I know, but he's holding the line. But like the other half's got to be in that room somewhere.
no, I don't think it's actually cut. Like he picks it up and you can see it kind of still going.
Oh,
It's
is it?
Yeah.
It looks cut to me.
It's like like when you put a crank. Am I saying English is hard for me.
The way numbers
like
are hard
kink.
for me.
Yeah, exactly. Like crank. What the hell's a crank? A kink. And he's kind of like when you do like a fire hose, and then you're gonna blast your younger brother or whatever. Like he's holding it like that, and you can see that it goes out of his hand. It's not cut. We don't actually see the rest of it on the ground, but he's not holding up a cut telephone wire. He just knows the line's dead somewhere. But he's holding the physical wire that goes into the wall jack. So that's where they want Jones to go trace it out. He wants to do him like a lift and lay basically to go find where it's cut.
Well, I mean, this is an abandoned building. It's going to be a hell of a leap of faith that the phone company didn't just cut off service at the central office. This is the magic of movies.
Yeah, well, I mean, we have to go with the conceit that maybe this is a usable building, but maybe it's just
Boarded
old and shitty, and boarded up because, like you even mentioned, hurricanes. But maybe because of what's going on with all the revolutionary strife going on in that
Mm.
country, whoever was there just got the hell out.
Yeah, they just bugged out. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, we'll have to take it on faith that this is operational if they can only get it working. So Jones,
Movie magic. It just works.
that's my name. Love is my game. Thanks for volunteering.
He said his eyes get real big. He's like, oh,
He said,
fuck.
say what? Get on the roof, find out where this line's cut. Come on, man, don't stand there, damn it. He just stares at him like, you want me to do what? Voluntold is the perfect thing too, because that's exactly what just happened. Thanks for volunteering.
Yeah.
That's my name. Loving's my game. So Jones is great.
Yeah. Yeah. See what?
Yeah. See what he goes, come on, man. Don't stand there, damn it. So then it just ends with him getting up and going to do what he was told.
Yep.
Do you have anything else for this particular minute?
No, I do not.
All right, well, if you got nothing else, Perry, get your ass over to the next podcast. Come on, man. Stop standing there. Damn it.
See what?